What's up, y'all? Please excuse the jank background here. I've been kind of traveling back and forth and don't have my usual setup. But wanted to make this video anyways because I feel like it's been a while since I started my new job at Alchemy, and I wanted to kind of give everybody an update on this channel about how my career stuff has been going. And it's also just really like a bookmark for myself into the future. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 10 things that I feel like have improved in my career and in my life. Cool. So let's just get into it. The first thing is, how should I do this? So the first thing is I feel like I'm getting paid to learn and enable cutting edge technology to advance, to become bigger. And what I mean by this is that if you don't know Alchemy, it's a blockchain infrastructure, blockchain API company. And really, all you need to know is that I believe that in the future, every company will have something to do with blockchain. The same way that today, you can already see this, every company has something to do with the internet. And if you're a business that doesn't already have like an app or use the internet in any way, you're probably getting left behind because this technology just helps you drive down costs. It helps you improve your business, communicate to people around the world, accept payments, all this other stuff, automate things, whatever, right? And I think that similarly in the future, every company is going to incorporate blockchain in some way because blockchain and crypto enables like liquidity, enables people to get to gain ownership and all this other stuff. I'm not getting into the details, but I believe in this really big future. And by working at Alchemy and having this opportunity to contribute to this team and this company, I'm helping build the bridge between today's world and the future world. So I think it's really cool that I get to work on that and I get to learn and kind of do what I've been doing even before starting to work at Alchemy, but I also get paid to do it. So number one, get paid to learn. That's always like one of the best things you can find in a job. Number two, I think the people, of course, the people. Honestly, I should have put people number one, but people here are so fun and so hardworking simultaneously. On the hardworking side, I feel like the ambition is very tangible. People here have it's a small team. It's like 30 something people. But they've been able to accomplish so much so far. So it's an honor for me to join them and help advance this. But a lot of people here at this company have been founders previously. A lot of people here have like engineering backgrounds, and not to say that engineering is like better than other things. It's just like, especially for this product that we're building, it's for developers, it's for engineers. So it's great to have like a group of people that are very aligned and are very motivated. And you can feel that every single day when I come to work. And also it's like very fun. And as an example of this, last month when I was like, just before I officially started my first day, I was actually in New York, and there was actually a huge group of Alchemy people who were visiting New York because there was a crypto conference going on. So, as a company, they flew out there to not only have some fun, have a lot of fun actually, but also to meet all these other crypto companies and like network and build those relationships. And it was just a really great time because I got to meet a bunch of them at that point too. And there are all these kinds of like trips and experiences throughout the company for a lot of people. So people are fun and hardworking. That's number two. Number three, another way that I feel that I've, like one of the other ways I feel like I've 10x my career is I'm getting to work on a huge set of skills that I feel like I want to grow and that I've already have like a large competency at. So it's this optimal, I'm working in this optimal range of skill competency and incompetency where I feel like I can enter flow state because I'm working on storytelling, I'm working on education, I'm working on socializing with people, and I'm working on caring for the people I'm interacting with. Because as a developer advocate, which is the role that I'm in, I get to spend time on Twitter, on Discord, I get to spend time giving talks at conferences, I get to spend time building my own NFT projects and then teaching others how to do it. And I feel like all of these things are things that I enjoy doing and I want to get better at doing. So it's just this really awesome mix of like, it's this really awesome position of being able to work on the things that I want to work on. And I'm really grateful for that. Number four, this one's a funny one, but it's Sweetgreens. If you don't know what Sweetgreens is, it's this restaurant that is kind of like, it's like Chipotle, but for salads. And And it's one of the perks of working at this company. If for people who go to the SF office to work in person, there's a Sweetgreens right next door. And so sometimes for lunch, we'll all go together and we'll get Sweetgreens, on the company. And so, I think health is number one. Strong body, strong soul, strong mind, strong company. So, that's a Sweetgreens benefit. Number five is ownership and agency. And I feel like that's something that just naturally happens when you move from a slightly bigger company to a slightly smaller company. You do end up having to wear a lot of hats because, everybody's trying to help and everybody's trying to figure everything out. But as an example, one example is like I've seen many times, there are high-level strategy and high-level plans that we kind of all align on and then work on together, that we set like, month to month or like week to week. But then also there are times when things will come up on Slack and it'll be like someone saying, hey, it'd be a great idea to like learn more about this or like reach out to this person to maybe start a partnership or something like that. And then I'll see like someone be like, okay, hey, I'm going to do it. Or like I'll jump in and I'll say like, yeah, I'd love to like take charge on this. And then a couple of days later, it's done. And so this type of like opportunity for ownership and agency, it adds a lot to the flow feeling of being, you're working on things that you want to work on. You feel like you have an impact with the things that you do. But it's also cool to just have this like standard of motivated people and competent people to work with again. The other thing, probably the better story is, recently we went through this big like company brainstorming session. And what was cool is like, we had this really vague, big vision statement of like how we want to change over the next, let's call it 6 months. And what's awesome is like everybody participated in the brainstorming. So everyone's ideas were listened to. And there were some amazing ideas, so creative because everybody felt that they had the opportunity to speak up and share what they were thinking. And from this huge list of ideas that we generated, a large number of them were incorporated into the actual roadmap for the next 6 months. And then everybody was kind of aligned on like how these ideas are going to help us achieve this grand vision over the next like 6 months or however long. So it's such a good feeling. If you're in that place in your life where you want that, then like it's such a great feeling to have this ownership and agency. So that's another thing I'm really grateful for at Alchemy so far. Another thing is network. This is number 6, network. If you're not familiar, there are some really great developer advocates. I've been networking especially with developer advocates, but also a lot of people in the crypto space because I've been trying to like figure out what does this career look like for me. And Patrick Collins is a huge role model. He's been doing this for a while now. Been working at Chainlink. But also, besides developer advocates, there's also Samina and Nader Dabit and Kim and all these other people. Besides them, there's also like just crypto founders, engineers, builders, marketers, influencers, creators, the Nas Academy people. It's just so, I love that I get to build, but I also get to network and meet all these other people and help them. And one of the probably the most fun things is like getting alpha too, because like if I go to a hackathon and I see what people are working on and I help them out, I support them, but I also get a chance to build that relationship with people who are on the cutting edge, building a new crypto company. And it's like, oh, there's potential here. I want to keep supporting you. I want to keep building that relationship. And it's like, I could be one of the first to, invest or like help you out. And if it works out, then boom, that's like really great potential. And if it doesn't, then that's fine. We like had a good time anyways. So that's number 6. And then number 7 is memes. I didn't prepare for this one, but there are a lot of funny memes that pop up in crypto. So I'll come back to this one. Number 8, let's go to number 8, travel opportunities. This one I haven't experienced too much yet, but like earlier I was talking about the New York trip where a bunch of Alchemy people came to New York. There's also like upcoming conferences, for example, ETH Denver in 2022. I'm hoping I can give like some talks there where I teach people how to code in Solidity or like do other kinds of blockchain development and like work with Alchemy. So by like having the opportunity to give that talk live and be able to travel there and explore Denver, that's like one example. But there's like a lot of these types of opportunities where we might want to meet up with a customer or like go to conferences. And then being able to do that with crypto people, because it's like this community that I want to be a part of anyways, it's really fun. So having that opportunity is also really great. Number 9, the compensation package potential is amazing. I think there's just a really, really long future for this company, because we are building this bridge between the current Web 2 software engineering world and the future Web 3 blockchain crypto world. We're just like enabling and accelerating that change. So likewise, like the company really values everybody, who's working on helping this. So I feel like this is just like a really great package. And I don't want to go too deep into that for now, because it's like I just joined also, and yeah, we don't need to get into the details. But yeah, that's great. And then last, finally, but not least, I'm really excited that Catherine's and my offices are very close to each other in San Francisco. We commute up from the South Bay, so it is a long trip. It's like, anywhere between 40 minutes to an hour long commute one way. But once we're in the city, we can kind of like go through our workday, and then afterwards we get to meet up, we get to carpool back, or we get to like hang out with friends, and it's not too far from each other. Like, it'd be a different story if she was in Foster City and I was in San Francisco. We would never like be able to hang out after work, kind of a thing. But now we can go to happy hours, we can go to people's birthdays in the city, and it's good for our relationship. So yeah, those are the 10 things that I think have really just improved drastically ever since I decided to make this move. And for people who have seen my first video about leaving Samsara and taking the risk to start this new path, I just wanted to update y'all and say like, hey, I feel lucky, I feel grateful that it's working out. And I hope that, if you're on the fence about like making some life change where you want to try and make something better for yourself, you go and do that. So if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. Feel free to DM me on Twitter. I love chatting about this stuff. So yeah, thanks. I know this video ran a bit long, but last thing real quick, actually, I want to give a huge shout out to two groups. Number one is the Nas Academy and MetaPurse Fellowship. They really kickstarted and sponsored my whole like willingness to take this risk. And without them, I would not be here exploring this new developer advocate career path and working in crypto full time. So I'm super appreciative to them, everybody in the beginner wave that I was part of, and Pavel and Shigana for like teaching me. And then the second group, of course, is Alchemy, and also just like specifically my friends Kunal and Steven. They were the ones who really like introduced me to the company. And Alon, who has like been my onboarding buddy, my closest like mentor at the company so far, and just a kick-ass like developer advocate and marketer and everything. So yeah, I'm just super happy to be here. I hope you guys can find that happiness too, and I hope you enjoyed that update. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.